Hi, Rich Carrubba for bowlingball.com. Let's talk about a smooth bowling swing for the new season. That's right, you're getting ready to kick off the new bowling season, or maybe you've started a few weeks ago, and you're working on your swing this year. You're making a focused effort on improving your swing skills, and on trying to develop a more consistent swing and release of the bowling ball so your bowling scores improve. Makes sense? Well, there's a few key tips that you can work on that can help you. Number one, tempo and direction have always been keys to footwork and to arm swing, particularly the arm swing. The pace you swing the ball back and through, and of course the direction or the swing path your arm takes in releasing the ball to your down lane target. Now, regardless if you're an up the boards player, a direction player where you throw the ball fairly straight, maybe a slight hook, or an in-betweener that you hook the ball moderately, or even a power player, a high rev player, that the ball has a big sweeping hook to it, and you have to play the lanes differently, of course, opening your shoulders and closing your shoulders. Regardless of your style of bowling, what's important to do is to make sure that you begin the motion of your arm swing, whether you call it push away or the beginning of your arm swing motion. You should move that very smoothly and very softly and gently to start your swing. Nothing herky-jerky. The first couple of steps should be slow and smooth so you can begin your approach very consistently from delivery to delivery. So if you take a four-step approach, for example, the first step you move, if you're right-handed, you're moving with your right foot. Get that ball moving slightly before and don't hold it up. Let it continue moving like you're moving it forward without the shoulder going forward with it, and letting the ball drop into the swing smoothly, very gentle with the bowling ball as you move it forward. And then, of course, you want a very loose and uncontrolled backswing, so the ball will enter the swing path and swing to at least shoulder height or possibly higher with your bowling hand position behind your bowling shoulder at the completion of your backswing. Now, if you're parallel to the foul line with your shoulders and your hips, that means you're an up the boards player, and you're probably playing, like up the lane, up 7, 8, 9, 10 board, second arrow, that kind of thing, where you don't have much hook. So when you get to the foul line, and probably while you're walking to the foul line, your hips and shoulders are facing your target down the lane. So your swing then should be more straight behind your shoulder and maybe just slightly up and out to the target to the right slightly. But you want to make sure that the release that you have, your swing path matches that release. So if your path is straight, you better not try to be a big hook ball player, because you'll have to force your swing at the last minute and you won't be very accurate. The most important thing to remember is the looseness of the backswing. A controlled and tense arm muscles in your backswing will not be effective. The looseness of your backswing basically sets the stage for the overall pace of your entire swing process. So if your push-away motion begins, the backswing is restricted and slow because of tense muscles, then the tempo of the swing will match. You want to develop what we call a gravity swing, and that is letting the physics and the gravity swing your arm. You want a nice relaxed gripping pressure, not too much tension on the ball. Try to maintain consistent gripping pressure all the way back and through until you get to the moment of release. Applying too much gripping pressure at the top of the backswing, grabbing it and trying to force it, sometimes will fire the shoulder and the hip and the hand too soon before you get to the release zone, and that'll cause an errant delivery as well. Now, some bowlers have more supple muscles. They're taller, and they have a longer swing motion than others. Doesn't mean that they're going to be more effective. It simply means it's important to stay loose and relaxed and smooth all the way through to the foul line while you walk and swing the ball. The shorter arm players with very controlled or slower swing speeds, you don't create as much backswing arc. So a shorter swing will not normally provide the speed of motion needed to get a backswing level higher to accommodate a fast ball speed. Therefore, your feet might have to go a little faster. Your feet should follow the pace of your swing, not your swing following the pace of your feet. Also, the short swing arc is effective as long as the overall ball speed indeed does reach an appropriate speed range. You don't want to deliver the ball too slowly or faster than optimum speed range. That's something you always want to remember. You want to get a good overall medium speed range that you throw the ball at, or medium to hard, right in the between 20 miles an hour launch velocity plus or minus 1 or 2 miles an hour. You don't want to be slower than that or a lot faster than that, because you want the ball to hit the pins around 17 miles an hour, something like that. The manufacturers tell us that, and it's important that you release the ball that way so the balls do what they're supposed to do as they're designed to do by the engineers, and you get a predictable ball reaction. When you make adjustments to your swing pace, you can do it with a faster feet or possibly a higher swing arc and all that. But regardless of what you do, make sure your bowling swing muscles are not tight. Tense muscles slow down the swing, and it makes you want to fire the hand too soon and make an errant delivery. Now, we talked about gripping pressure earlier. Make sure that you grip the ball more on the pads of the fingers than you do the thumb. A lot of bowlers will get their thumb into the ball and then knuckle the thumb over and really grab onto it. It's hard to release it consistently. Those bowlers that you find yourself using looser holes because you're grabbing and squeezing more, you might want to consider a wrist support device, maybe one of the adjustable ones where you can change the amount of wrist hinge or wrist tilt. That will help your swing stay loose and rhythmical and smooth, regardless if you're a power player and you open your shoulders and the swing gets behind you and it's got a more of a delivery from inside out swing path, or if you're a direction player and your hips and shoulders are kind of parallel to the foul line and you're swinging the ball straight back and straight through toward your target line. Regardless of that, the wrist support device can regulate the moment of release and that your thumb gets out of the ball slightly before the fingers. So a little more finger pressure, gripping pressure on the pads of your fingers than your thumb is more desirable. Well, we hope some of these tips help you develop a smooth swing for the new season. Remember, swing smooth and keep your eyes focused on your target, and get out and practice as often as you can. Those tips should help you improve your scores. Thank you.